Maya has a sprained ankle today, so we're going to video for her. Unzip, take a step. Ta Violin. Fly to E, tip to A. Ready? Come on in quickly and quietly. Ready, go. Tilt your bow away from you. Ready, go. So last week we started learning the G arpeggio. And we played the first octave on G, skip, skip, G. Ready? Violins up. open G, 2, open D, 3, back down, open, 2, open. Good. So what are the names of the notes? G, B, D, and G. So if I'm going to do it again, as I keep going up the violin, after G, what's my next note? B. And then D. And then, did we play a C the first time around? Nope, so I can't play it. What? G. So everybody say G, B, D, G, B, D, G, B, D. Over and over and over and over and over again. So the second octave is from G, B, D, G on the E string, you're low 2. Ready? 3 on the D string. Ready, go. 1 on A, 3 on A, low 2 on E, back to 3 on A, 1 on A, 3 on D. Okay, now the whole thing. Open G, 2, open D, 3, 1, 3, low 2 on E, go backwards, 3, 1, 3 on D, open, 2, exactly. What do we call that? Which arpeggio? G arpeggio. So please add that to your notebooks and help me remember this week to make sure that you learned it. Okay? Let's do some bow crashes. Do you remember from last week how to do bow crashes? So the point is that it's an up bow. It's as fast as you can be so that you lose your bow hold and you hold it more like it's a stick rather than an actual bow hold. Okay, ready, Andrew? Open A. Up bow. Ready, set, go. Good, but right, wrap your fingers around, don't spread them out. Again, at the tip. Ready, set, George. Somebody's not listening.
Where is George?
It's not go. Ready? Up go. Up go, Julia. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Edu, can you grab your bow? So your pinky falls. Right. Like I tell you not to do all the time. 2 more times. Ready? Set. Geronimo. You gotta listen. Ready? Set. Go. 1 more time. Find your bow hold first. As you find your bow hold, make a bow hold. Put your pinky back. And then when you do the crash, that's when the pinky falls. Ready? Standing tall. Go. Go all the way. Ready? Set. Go. There we go. So a lot of times we kind of avoid the frog when we play violin because it's a very closed way to feel. We feel like, and especially when you start shifting and you come up high, you just feel like you're giving yourself a weird hug, right? So we prefer to stay up here. But we have to learn to use the whole bow. So allegretto, remember, short, short, long, to the tip, short, short, this is your bow crash, long, back to the frog. So it's almost a bow crash. Ready? Julia, allegretto? Let you. Ready? Ready, go.
Short bows, and that's why I did not code it at all, like the long bows, you know? Because we listened forever, like the recording was like tick, 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 tick.
Okay, so up to tempo, just listen. It starts to sound very different.
No, like on the recording is like much, feels much shorter.
And it might be, depending on...
also like, you know,
right.
But from my side. But
depending on who you're listening to, if it's...
Can I play?
If it's a... What?
Can I play?
That's long. Long, short, short, long, short,
if you
short,
know
long,
what to expect.
short, short. Who's the artist?
Is this...
Yeah. I would say it's too long. Dr. Suzuki, I don't think would really like that long.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Andantino, if you don't know it, sit down and take a break. Same thing. Listen. Long, long. There's your bow crash. Almost a bow crash. So Myra, are you feeling that pinky? Are you feeling the finger motion that we talked about years ago? Or last year or sometime? This is the beginning of feeling that motion in your bow hand. So really try to feel the extension of your pinky when you're going to the tip and the collapse of your pinky when you get to the frog. Ready, go. super, super slow, right? But it gave you the time to really do the bowing properly. So when you review at home, if you're reviewing up to tempo, that will help even more with your bow crashes.
It's hot. No, it's hot.
Okay, country dance. If you don't know it, sit down and take a break. Between the sections, like at the end of the up bows. 2, 3. There's a rest in there, and then at the end of that. Double check your counting. Okay, so we have another guest today. Come on up and show us. He's going to actually have to teach us about his instruments a little bit.
Yeah.
And then he will play cabbages with us.
Okie dokie. Hello.
Say hello.
Hello.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah. All right, yeah, the harmonica. So the thing with the harmonica is this. There are a lot of different harmonicas out there. There are so-called diatonic ones, which is basically like piano, only white keys on the piano. Then there are chromatic ones, which is white and black keys on the piano. Then there are, I don't have all of them with me, but then there are chord harmonicas, long sticks with lots of chords on them, so which is to accompany. I don't have one of those. And bass harmonica, I have one here, which is like a big fat thing. It looks something like this and has very low notes.
So and we already know that about musical instruments, right? That the high ones tend to be smaller and the low ones tend to get bigger. That we know the strings in the piano go that way too.
And how does the harmonica make its sound? So in the harmonica there is a reed, which is basically, I'll just kind of And this reed is attached on one side. Like on the violin, it's the string which makes the sound, right? And why does the string make a sound? What do you have to do to the string to make it sound? Sorry? You have to play it, yes, but
You have to
what do
make
you
it-
do? How do you make it sound?
You knock it.
Yes, Billy, say it out loud. You're right.
Vibration. You have to make the string vibrate. And here we have reeds, little metal plates, which are attached to one end, and then the air flows through and it makes this little reed vibrate, and this makes the sound in the harmonica. So it's a reed instrument compared to a string instrument. And to keep things short, my time is limited here. So I play these so-called diatonic ones, which is basically piano, just white keys. And they have been invented around 160, 170 years ago in the middle of the 19th century in Germany. And they were made to play folk music. Do you guys know what folk music is? Yeah? So like an example would be, this is like a famous song from Switzerland. And now, the interesting thing about the harmonica, it's been made, it has chords on it as well. You know what chords are? It's usually you play that on the piano or on the guitar, or not on violins. You can play certain chords too, but usually you don't do it that much. So it means you can accompany yourself. That's the special, thank you. That is the special thing about, I think, the harmonica. And then, of course, it's also said that it's like the closest instrument to the voice, because you can do a lot with your mouth to form sounds. Something like, Mama, I want some milk today. Anyway, so yeah, that's about it about the harmonica. If you know all the techniques, you end up playing the diatonic ones like a piano with all the black keys and the white keys. And so on. And that's what I usually do. And another little interesting thing about it is the amount, how many, if you would compare it to a piano, how many keys do you think that would be on the piano? $100? Piano doesn't even have 100 keys, right? Do you know how many keys the piano has? How many? So how many do you think would be on here? Well, it's about half a piano in this little thing. Yeah. So it goes from. That's quite a lot, isn't it? The other thing, last thing I'm going to say is you have all sorts of keys for harmonicas. You have like really low keys, even lower than that, but I didn't bring the low ones. Or very high ones. So you get to swap keys and you do all sorts of things. You usually play, I don't know, 5 to 6 keys on the same harmonica to get into different modalities, into different modalities, you say, yeah, and stuff like that. Yeah, so, yeah, I think...
Are you ready to play cabbages?
I'm totally ready.
Which one do you use to play in the key of G?
Yeah, that is always, there are several ones. I can use the G, of course, but I think use for this one, the C harmonica. So I would use the C harmonica to play in the key of G.
Yeah, so how come it's a German instrument when we know it only from country like music and actually
That's a very good question. Yes, no, because there's a reason for that. Because it's a small and cheap instrument, and when the big wave of emigration from Europe to the US happened, also end 19th century, this was the perfect instrument. Because over there people were traveling, they were, I mean not traveling, but trekking or something. So this was the perfect thing, so it became really popular in the United States. And Hohner, who was producing in Germany, very quickly opened instruments, production sites over there in the United States. So it became bigger there, actually.
And it's like as equally popular like in the American like country music and in the blues.
Yeah, exactly. Because then this is another thing which I kind of left out a bit. These black keys you find on the harmonica, they were not designed. They were just found. So it is the bending. So you can bend notes, you can like bend them down. You can't do that on the piano. You can do it with strings a little bit. Yeah.
But
Guitarists.
you wouldn't do that as like you can't do it enough to use it as an effect, like he just did.
You will not switch, for example, between the regular C and the C sharp, something like that.
No, so what he's talking about is he can actually, by what he does with his mouth and his hands, do it again. You can bend it.
I can even bend them.
So he's using the same position in the harmonica and bending how it sounds. On the violin, the best example that we have of that is if you play a string very hard, and especially if it's not a good string or if it's worn out, you can hear the pitch bend a little bit. Yeah, maybe if I do it on a little violin, you can hear it better. But so it's not enough of a bend that you can't use it. You would never do that as an effect because it's just not that big of a deal.
You would also not use your finger, like guitar players do?
Well, in that case, we're not bending. We don't think of it as bending. We think of it as like how we approach the note. So we would do it at the beginning of a note, but we wouldn't go, or we would vibrate. But that doesn't bend the pitch either, really.
But I was thinking like guitar players, they sometimes push their strings up. You don't do that
No.
No, it's not even.
No, if you do this,
that's what I mean. Yeah.
that just
Doesn't do that.
ruins your sound.
Yeah.
So
When you
no, we
see
don't.
guitar players, they kind of push their strings. I mean,
Yeah.
on electrical guitar, maybe I would say. Yeah.
All right, so let's try cabbages. So it's a G and a C, a G and a D.
Shall I say you could?
If you don't know the intro yet, just wait for us to play it and come in with your D finger. Ready? So here's the intro. Ready, go. Everybody clap for our guest.
Thank you.
Thank you for playing with us.
Maybe you want to play one more because we're like.
Well, Well, now I have to get he and Marcos in the same room with us on the same Saturday, so we can have guitar and harmonica.
Okay.
When I could
And,
listen one more instead of disturb, because I was like mainly disturbed.
Well, I mean, do you want to do it one more time?
You want to repeat once again?
Well, the thing is, of course, the harmonica is way
So we have to
softer-
play softer so you
softer
can
than-
hear
than
him this time.
violins.
And, you know, if you play over us, you
I-
don't feel like you have to play the song.
Sorry?
Don't feel like you have to play the
Oh.
song. You
Oh,
can
so I
play
can just
over us,
okay,
yeah.
okay, okay.
Because we're holding down the song. You've got lots of freedom. Okay, ready? Ready? Here's the intro. Ready, go. Play softly so you can hear him. Tap.
Oh, sorry.
Yay! Good job.
And the little
Thank you.
the little amp for the harmonica.
Of course.
For the amp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we were doing this not as a casual group class activity, yeah, we
I would
would.
like
We
to.
would amp
When
it.
Marcus and Chris,
Massive
we can have
PA
a proper
here.
show. Yeah.
Yeah, we might work our way. I'm not really sure where this is going. Right now, it's just a way to get through
It's
winter.
more.
Keep things interesting, mix them up a little bit. Okay, book 2, Bore. Ready? If you do not know Bore, rest position, or sit down and take a break. Breathe with me when we start. dynamic that we can write, or that we can use and play. Huh? Yeah. I suppose some modern composers put 4, but that's kind of obnoxious. So how do we say that? Forte is 1F. Fortissimo is 2Fs. So 3Fs is fortissimo. Say it. Fortissimo. And then what is one dynamic softer than forte? Mezzo forte. Everybody say that. Mezzo forte. How do I write it? MF. What's one dynamic softer than MF? And P. Mezzo piano. Everybody say that. Mezzo piano. And one dynamic marking softer than mezzo piano? Plain old piano. Then what? How many P's? Pianissimo. And then? Pianissimo. How many P's? 3. So let's say it right. Piano. Mezzo forte. Forte. Fortissimo. Fortissimo. Very good. And then if I want to travel from the piano to the forte, what do we call that? Everybody say it? Crescendo. And if I go from the forte, I can't do it properly. From the piano, from the forte to the piano, it's a decrescendo. Yes. Okay, everybody up. Toes together.